Hi students, now I am going to explain the topic functions of human resource management. In the last class, we have explained about some functions, and the remaining functions are discussed in this class. See, in the training and development, there are two methods are there. Training methods. There are two training methods. That is on-the-job training method. The second one is off-the-job training method. Training methods are two types. First one on-the-job training method, and the second one is off-the-job training method. Come to the first one, on-the-job training method. These methods are designed to make the employees immediately productive. It is learning by physically doing the work. The focus here is to provide specific skills in a real situation. Here, these methods are include job instruction training, experiential learning, demonstration, apprentice training. These are all the comes under on-the-job training methods. The first one, job instruction training. This is a method useful for such jobs which can be performed with a relatively low skill. Here, the trainees systematically acquire skills by following routine instructions in a key process from a qualified instructor. And next, this helps to improve their morale and thus reduces the employee turnover also. The second one, experiential learning. This is a modern approach to the learning process. This method is more used for training the senior executives. It is a technique which empowers the manager trainee with the freedom of choice to act upon and the capacity to initiate rather than simply respond to circumstances. And the next one, demonstration. Here, the work procedures are demonstrated to the trainers. Here, the work procedures are demonstrated to the trainees. Each of the trainees is asked to carry out the work on a sample basis based on his or her observations and understanding of the demonstration. And next, apprentice training. Those who are selected to work in the shop floor are trained as apprentice in the factory for a brief period ranging from 3 months to 1 year. Depending upon the complexity of the training, those who show good presence in this training are likely to be absorbed in the same organization. And the next one, And the next method is off-the-job training methods. Here, these methods provide a relatively broad idea relating to a given job or task. These are useful for developing an understanding of general principles, provide background knowledge, or gathering or generating an awareness of comparative ideas and practice. Under this method, under this method includes lectures, conferences, seminars, team discussion, case study, role playing. These are all there. The first one, lectures. These techniques are designed to communicate the specific interpersonal, technical, or problem solving skills. Here, the trainer can maintain a tight control over learning. However, this method restricts the trainee's freedom to develop her own approaches to learning. The second one, conferences. It means conferences refers to get together of the experts from different areas of a given topic. These experts present their views based on their work experience and research results. When employees participate in such events, they get a feel of the real world. They may also get motivated to perform better. And the next one, seminars. Seminars are held periodically by the professional organizations for the benefit of all the practicing managers by taking into consideration the recent advances in a specified area. Participation in such seminars enables the executives to get exposed to the recent developments in the area of their interest. And the next one, team discussion. It means this technique develops team spirit among the executives from different departments. It also enables them to understand and appreciate each other's problems. And the next one, case study. This is a technique followed even in premier management institutions. This technique helps to provide an understanding of what has gone wrong in a particular case. And the next one, role playing. And the next one is role playing. The participants are assigned roles and are asked to react to one another as they would do in their managerial jobs. And the next one is and the next function is placement. After training and development, the employee is placed in the position under the charge of a manager. The new recruit is allowed to exercise full authority and is held responsible for results. In this function, the personal manager has to estimate has to evaluate employees, that is promotion, demotion, transfer, separation, absenteeism. The personnel manager is to administer promotions, demotions, or transfer among the workforce as per the needs of the organization. He has to handle the cases of separation and absenteeism with care and diligence. These concepts are explained. First one is promotion. Promotion refers to the advancement of all employee to a job with a higher authority and responsibility. It may also carry a better compensation package. Promotion can also be viewed as a means of filling up vacancies in the organization occurring from time to time. And the next one is demotion. It means reduce the cadre or compensation where an employee is not in a position to perform a given job. He may be denoted or transferred to a position with a lower authority and salary. This is known as demotion. And the next one, transfer. It is a lateral shift that moves an individual employee from one position to another. It may be in the same department or to a different departments or location. This does not involve any changes in the duties, responsibilities or skills needed. This is about transfers. And the next, separation. Separation refers to termination of employment. In other words, the employee is separated from the job, from his job. This is known as separation. And the next one is absenteeism. It refers to the practice of an employee who does not report to work for any particular reason. Absenteeism affects the productivity adversely. And the next function is wage and salary administration. The personnel manager have to get more knowledge about wage and salary administration in the organization. Here, wage and salary administration is the process of fixing wage or salary for different jobs in the organization through job evaluation. Based on the job evaluation, the wage or salary is fixed to the employees. So here the wage is classified two types, that is time wage system, and the second one is piece wage system. Time wage system and piece wage system, where wage is paid on the basis of the time spent in the organization. That is called time wage system. This method is followed in all such cases where the services of the employees cannot be valued or quantified exactly. That is known as time wage system. And another one, piece wage system. It means in the production or sales department, either production department or sales department. The production or sales staff can be paid. The production or sales staff can be paid based on the units produced or sold. Units produced or sold. This method is called piece-based system. Here, wage based on the number of units produced or number of units sold. Based on that, the employees get wage. It means sometimes he get more and more wage, and sometimes they will get low wage also. It means minimum wage also based on the production or sales. This is known as a piece-based system. And also here salary. The salary constitutes the basic salary, dayness allowances. It means and house rent allowances and other allowances. Depending upon the nature of organization, there are different types of employee benefits. This is known as salary. Salary consists basic salary and DA and HRA. And the next one, under this, the objectives of the compensation policy should be clearly defined. The compensation levels should be fixed in a rational and objective manner. Here, a fair compensation package and a balanced compensation package and wage negotiations and agreements. These are all the comes under wage and salary administrations. And the next one is next function is performance appraisal. It is a process of measuring and evaluating the. It is the process of measuring and evaluating the performance of an employee on the job front for a given period. The main purpose is to assess the worth and value of a person to the organization. Here, why appraise the performance? Why personnel manager has to appraise the performance? There are several reasons. That is first one, to assess the employee's present level of performance. To assess the employee's present level of performance, and the next to identify the strengths and weaknesses of the employee, and also to provide feedback to the employee. And the next one, to provide an objective basis for rewarding the employees, and the next to motivate those employees who perform, and the next to identify the gaps in performance where the employees needed training and development needs, and also to identify the employees potential to perform, and the next to provide a database for evaluating succession strategies. Based on these reasons, the personnel manager has to perform the appraisal. in organizations. In the organizations, the next steps involved. What are the steps involved in the performance appraisal? What are the steps involved in the performance appraisal? That is performance appraisal procedure. The first one, the first step is creating and set up performance standards, and the next mutually set identifiable and measurable goals, and the third one, third step is measure present level of performance, and the fourth one, compare and appraise present level of performance with the standards. And the next one is discuss the appraisal with the employee, and finally identify and initiate the corrective action. These are all the steps involved in the performance appraisal procedure. Comes to the first one, create and set up a performance standards. It means this should be done for every employee at each level in every department, in accordance with the organizational goals. These standards should be clear and objective, capable of being understood and measured. That is known as create and set up performance standards. And the next one is mutually set identifiable and measurable goals. It means communicate with the employees to discuss with them how best the goals can be set in an identifiable and measurable manner. Seek information about their expectations regarding the performance standards. And the next one is measure performance levels of performance. Measure present level of performance. Under this, the present level of performance is assessed by collecting information relating to it from managers and personal observations by oral or written reports. It means oral reports or written reports. And the next one is compare and appraise present level of performance with the standards. The focus here is to note the deviations in the actual performance from the set standards. And another one, discussing the appraisal with the employee. In this stage, it ensures that the appraisal is transparent and free from bias. Discuss with the concerned employee. The employee may raise his objections in the case of the appraisal is from reality. And the next one is identify and initiate the corrective action. Identify and initiate the corrective action. In this stage, personal manager has to take corrective action. Corrective action may be identified and initiated immediately. At times, this may yield only temporary results. Immediate corrective action is often described as putting out fire. This is the identify and initiate corrective action. And the next one is motivational climate. This is also one of the function in human resource functions of HRM. Motivational climate. It means the performance of an individual employee is the function of his or her ability to do the job and willingness to do it. It is the motivational climate in the organization that creates this willingness among the employees. Motivational climate in the most of the organizations. Motivational climate in the most of the organizations is a way of life. It is characterized by the affairs are managed, people are recognized and treated, people are empowered with the appropriate authority, and next under this motivational factors. Here some of the motivational factors are there, that is monetary factors and non-monetary factors. Some of the factors are there under motivation, that is non-monetary and non-monetary, or financial factors and non-financial factors, financial incentives. Come to the financial incentives. Compensation based on performance, and also compensation based on competency, and next stock options and rewards and group bonus, which are directly increase the finance. It means salaries. Financial incentives directly increase the financial incentives, that is known as financial incentives or monetary factors. And now comes to the non-monetary factors. Under this consultation and the next teamwork, and the next quality circles, job security, job rotation, flexible time. These are all the comes under non-financial factors, non-monetary factors. And the next one is grievance handling. Next function is grievance handling. Here, what is the meaning of grievance? A grievance is a complaint. A grievance is a complaint from an employee when ignored. Takes the form of a grievance. It is a complaint about any issues relating to jobs, such as working conditions, maybe, or about the supervisor, or wages or salaries, and so on. These are all the complaints about working in the organization, that is known as grievance. The personal manager have to knowledge about handling the grievance. The following are the steps involved in handling a grievance. These are all the steps under grievance handling steps. First one, receiving the complaint in written from the aggrieved employee. Next one, defining the nature of dissatisfaction. And next, getting the facts, and analyzing and deciding, and reply answer to the complaint, and following up. These are all the grievance handling procedure. And first one is receiving the complaint in the written writing from the aggrieved employee. It means this constitutes the documentary evidence for the dissatisfaction of the employee. The complaint should be complete in all aspects. This forms the basis for further investigation. This is a written document, writing complaint. And the next one is defining the nature of dissatisfaction. It means clearly examine the about complaint, analyzing the complaint. It means identify the source of dissatisfaction, and Identify the sources of dissatisfaction and its nature. The dissatisfaction may be raised due to disappropriate wages, poor working conditions, and strained interpersonal relations among employees in the shop floor, whatever it may be. And the next one is gathering the facts. In this stage, the personal manager collect the related information about the complaint by inquiring from all the concerned parties or departments. And the next one is analyzing and deciding. Here, considering the policies and procedures, analyze the problem and deciding what is the best course of action to be taken to reduce the grievance. This nature of disciplinary measures. And the next one, reply answer to the complaint. Here, inform the decision taken to the complaint within a given time frame. And the next one, following up. Here, verify whether the disciplinary measures pointed out were implemented or not. This is the grievance handling steps. And the next one, some of the grieving handling methods. Some of the techniques are there, grievance handling techniques, and also next welfare programs, welfare aspects. The personal manager is responsible for implementing the legal provisions under the Factories Act, which deals with deals with the safety, welfare, and health of the industrial workers. Under this, the personal manager has to knowledge about the Payment of Wages Act, and the Minimum Wage Act, and the Workmen's Compensation Act, and the Employee State Insurance Act, and the Employee Provident Fund Act. It means PF Act. The HR manager has to full knowledge about these acts, and then he will provide it to workers some of the benefits. The personal manager is the different link between the direct link between the labor and the management in the organization. The position of the personal manager is very sensitive and critical in view of the fact that if things go wrong, both the labor and management point their fingers at the personal managers. So the personal manager has to have to clearly knowing about the some of the welfare aspects, that is the Payment Acts, the Payment of Wages Act, or the Minimum Wage Act, and PF Act. The next there are legal enhancements to govern payment of bonus, minimum wages, compensation, administration of various benefits such as sickness benefit, and so on. In relation to these issues, it is a primary job of the personnel manager to ensure the legal compliance for the provisions of the following, that is the payment acts, maybe payment acts and the minimum wage act, workers compensation act, employee state insurance act. This is about welfare aspects. So in the functions of HR management, there are manpower planning, recruitment, selection, training and development, placement, wage and salary administration, performance appraisal, motivation, grievance handling, and welfare programs. It means welfare aspects. These are all the functions of human resource management. Okay, thank you.